Guess we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I guess we need to go through and approve the minutes for January.
I make a motion to approve the minutes for January.
All in favor? Okay. We need to approve the bills for February. Gotta look at them now.
I make a motion to approve the bills for February.
Second.
All in favor? All right, I'm glad this happened. We need to open a budget hearing.
For garbage rate increase. I did a little chart so you can see what the monthly bill is currently. And then if we, so currently what we bring in, we have 174 cans out, how we charge, and you can see how they charge on the bill. They give us two prices. The second can's only $10.05. So if we raised it to $18.68, which is $1 increase, what we would bring in $32.50. And if you did $2, $34.24. Or yeah, $34.24. We need to cover $30.23.
How much did PSI raise you here recently?
It went from, what was it? $17.55 is I think. So I think it was just $1 basically.
And it wasn't quite $1 last year, was it?
Yeah, and maybe it wasn't
85
quite
cents?
$1 this year. I'd have to look at an older bill.
Yeah, as opposed to the dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really close.
So those who are behind on their bills and stuff, how's the city sitting on that, budget-wise?
Like I said, there's always people behind.
Yeah.
I can tell you, like,
Well, I mean, are
what
we-
left to be.
Or we eat, or we eat.
I think we pull in enough right now that's covering our monthly bill for garbage.
Mhm.
And when I get a payment that's not a whole amount, I do break it down by percentage. So everything gets covered a little bit.
Any other comments?
How much, I know I asked this before, but I can't remember what you said. How much of a cushion do we have in garbage and how much do we
It's
need?
not big, I mean,
Do we
you-
foresee needing a cushion?
I don't think that,
more?
I mean, that's my personal opinion. I don't think we need to, like, we're not
Yeah, what would the
servicing a
cushion be
truck.
for?
It's just kind of, people are late, maybe there's a little cushion there. And I think you kind of have that built in because we charge, right now, it's $17.68 each can.
Mhm.
Where like theirs was 17 whatever and then 10.05. The 10.05 didn't change. So their second can is like $7 less
So we're making $7 on extra cans.
on extra cans.
So there's our.
And that kind of helps
Okay,
buffer those late people.
okay.
So, I mean,
So we're
I
sitting
don't,
good.
yeah, okay. I mean, we're covering ourselves.
But we don't have a buffer if, let's say the city needs to
But what
call,
expense?
get a dumpster for something that happened and need to clean up a bunch of crap or something.
I don't. I mean, I guess I don't know where you'd put that. To me, this is different than that.
To me, garbage is
So-
garbage.
Yeah, you're right, but.
You wanna help the city get another garbage can?
Yeah, I'm doing my
I
part.
only use mine
Me
once a
too.
month.
Yeah,
Holy.
So, yeah, I'm helping. I only
Sometimes
use it
about
once a
three.
month.
Some weeks I do three. That's true with your shopping puppy.
So your minutes are clear, how Robin's giving the presentation?
I think
Public
so.
meeting, yeah, so then
Yeah.
open your public meeting, see if anybody else.
are there any public comments?
That was mine.
Was
Just
yours?
asking.
Okay,
And you can close the public
I
meeting.
guess we'll close our budget hearing. All right, we'll move forward.
So can we decide on it?
Mhm, yeah, you
Yeah.
got listed as an action item, so you got a good
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously, I mean, you gotta raise it, I mean, it's just a question of one,
Right.
two.
You want a $1 or $2?
I think we better send a $1.
I think $1
Yeah,
fine if we're doing fine and we don't foresee any issues.
So the garbage company does report who wants that, or they come to you to get a second can and you deal with the garbage company for getting that second can for them.
Brian,
Yes.
Yeah, so, all right, so it's just, so yeah.
Yeah, and they don't charge us, like if we have broken cans or anything, like they consume all that cost.
Okay.
yeah, there doesn't need to be like a big buffer for anything. They just bill us and we pay the bill.
Yeah, they cover all the costs of the cans, so if we need more cans, they bring us more cans and they'll pick up the broken
Broken
ones.
ones.
That's all part of their initial cost.
Okay, Mountain West
Somebody's got
contract.
a motion.
Oh,
I make a motion, we raise the garbage cost by $1.
$1.
Second.
All in favor? Okay,
And then we need to do a,
Roll call, one,
no,
okay?
but we'll have to have a
Oh.
resolution for that. If you know the number, we can do a motion to approve the resolution to evidence the $1 increase, so we wouldn't have to wait next month.
Yeah, I didn't write one up.
That's what I can write one. Do you know what the number would be?
I don't off the top of my head, I can look.
Yeah, just do a motion to approve a resolution, increasing your garbage fees by $1,
Okay,
and then you can fill in the number.
so we'll do that next month.
Well,
Yeah, we
we
can
just
do it
do it
right
now,
Oh,
then
okay.
we don't have to wait for next month.
motion to approve the resolution.
I do a motion to approve the resolution by $1.
I second it.
All in favor? Okay,
Then I'll email you one up and you have it for your
just
book.
fill it out.
I have one written that we've done in the past, but I can edit.
If you want, or I can do it either way.
I can do it.
Okay.
I was gonna do that today, actually.
Make him earn his money.
Go
Go
ahead,
It's
email
really
me.
quick. So
Put
we're
it on your
processing.
list.
I'll do it, I can do it. Take about 4 minutes, those are simple.
Mountain West contract, so they made some changes here. Want to explain that?
Brain.
Oh, Brian, you want to explain that?
Well, they've got some new hands, they're changing, the company's getting bigger. So they're actually starting to do some, work besides just water. They're doing like mechanical work and repair work. So they've hired new people. There's a whole lot of new tests that are required now for our water. And so our water and sewer, I think they raised, the sewer went up $20 per month, and our water went up $15 per month. And that'll cover the standard tests, water tests. It's not a big increase, but it's.
But the guy said if you want him to come talk about the contract, he can,
Yeah.
otherwise, or if we just wanna sign it.
I personally don't think it's a real big deal. It's the contract, I went over it, it looks the same as what we've had in the past. Some things they did add to this contract is if we do sign this contract, they give us allowances on repair costs. So they'll, depending on how much we spend on, if we hire them to do repairs, then they'll give us a discount on parts. Depending on the, it was broke down, so the less we spend on parts, then the higher percentage they mark up the parts. But, so like a $5,000 or more part, it would be like a 15% increase in the price markup versus like a 40% increase. So they do give us a little bit of a break on parts if we use them for our repairs.
Okay.
And I'm not opposed to it. And
Well,
I've
they
actually
helped us
got
a lot last year.
I've actually got them quoting putting a new flow meter in right now at the moment, so. And that would be above the $5,000 mark, so we get like, instead of a 40% increase in, or markup on parts, it'd be a 15% increase. Like I say, the rest of the contract looks identical to the past ones. They've just raised it a little bit. Obviously, the costs have gone up a little bit in the year, so it's just like anything else.
Okay. How about maintenance report?
Well, let's, on the contract, let's,
So, I'm sorry, Brian, I know I've asked this before, but what do they do for us again? They test our water and what else do they do?
Yeah, they hold our license.
yeah,
What license?
The
our
license
water
for
and
me
sewer
to
operation.
manage the water and sewer.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have a license.
Oh, okay.
And so they hold the license and basically, they're my boss.
Like, we basically still have to keep them around
Yes.
for right now.
Right.
That's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious what they did, because I didn't know what they did.
Yeah, so, I mean, they haven't been and the way that this is scaled is basically I do all the work and I report to them. If I'm doing anything that's major, I have to let them know so that they can.
So they're kind of just watching out for our water.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So that I'm not pulling stupid over there. That's how it's supposed to work. And they're supposed to check on me monthly to make sure that I'm doing what they say I should be doing.
Okay.
I mean, and to give us pointers and like I say, the biggest thing right now is they're taking all of our water samples. So,
Okay, thank you.
and there are more coming, just side note, and it does say on the contract, there are some additional water tests that are coming up this year that I had no idea. I didn't know they were coming, they're expensive. That's the copper and lead ones. There's some others, they're expensive, apparently. They're like $1,000 a test.
Is that a monthly or yearly or quarterly?
These surprise ones, they're gonna be like every 5 years.
Yeah.
Every 5 years, and every 8
Brian's
years.
working on this, or
They're gonna try and work with this
Okay,
better
I was just
in
wondering
the
if
coming ones.
I mean, what would be
So
the,
that they're not
not
all
signing the contract, but
due
what would
this
really
year.
happen?
Yeah.
So, honestly,
So
I'm
we
really
have
just being curious, because I
Water
don't.
Yeah,
and
so-
sewer operation.
Because they are, like, some of those tests are
That makes all
$1,000 to run
perfect
those
sense.
tests. And I'm not a scientist, so I don't know what involves all those tests, but Apparently it costs
Talking down to
$1,000
my level now, and I can ask
Quick
questions,
question.
because before it was like, I don't
The
understand.
cost from the old one to the new one, you said it was about 20%?
$20.
Oh,
$20 on water and
So
50
what was
cents.
what was the old one's cost?
I'd have to look at your numbers again.
Okay.
If you look at the.
Right now, we pay 210 to water and
Yeah.
185 for sewer.
So it's 225.
Now, how does this affect when we have to put water to Firth?
It doesn't.
That doesn't.
That's just extra.
That's part of their contract is to, when I say it's time to release sewage to Firth, I just have to let them know. It all has to just, part of their documentation. So that's, I have to let them know, and obviously I have to let Firth know. Before I flood them. But, yeah, so it's, like I say, the increase isn't that big, it didn't seem like a big deal to me, because it seems,
Because we kind of have to have it.
well, yeah, and to just jump $15 on one and 20 on the other, that's not bad, you know, I know things are going up everywhere, so it's, I think it's comparative to $1 increase on garbage. So,
Yeah.
And it's got a 30-day out, so then you're not stuck very long term. If something goes screwy, you give them 30 days notice and you switch.
yeah.
So you're never stuck for a long time.
Okay.
So do we just have to vote to sign the
Do a
contract,
motion to
or
approve and
a motion to approve the contract?
I second it.
All in favor? Okay. About a maintenance report, we talked about Goshen Road and all that funness.
Well, the mayor and Robin and I've got some pictures here you can take a look at. We went to an LFAC meeting down in Blackfoot a couple weeks ago. Learned a few things. I got a little hotter in my collar. It does appear that there was some kind of a lawsuit in northern Idaho, that their civil lawyer has recommended that any road that borders city property becomes city responsibility. So those pictures there, that's some of the complaints that they have about Goshen Road. It's
complaints or county complaints?
county.
County says they want us to fix the problems on Goshen Road for half a mile, basically.
Yeah. So it basically goes from the, if I look at their ITD maps, technically that top bridge right by Ann Waters, Zach's place, technically that's in our city boundaries. But it goes from that top bridge just in the outskirts of town over here. 700 east is our boundary. So those are some of the issues that we're going to be facing on Goshen Road if they really do enforce that. And I don't know.
You wouldn't cut the borrow pits back
Yes, we need
Yeah.
to.
like they used to be?
The thing is who come out and dug the lines?
It was
Intermountain.
Intermountain Gas.
Intermountain.
Unfortunately, they put it back exactly how it was.
Yeah, but they don't know that. We should ask Intermountain because they did bury it. And some of it is above road grade, and so it forces the water into the road. And so somehow maybe we ought to take care of it or work with them to take care of it, but it's a substantial amount of water in the road. The problem is, when it's on top of the road, it goes underneath the road also, and then that causes the road to break up.
So that brings up some other issues, and you live on that road. Technically, there's borrow pits, those right of ways, where you've just put all that nice gravel technically it's supposed to slope away from the road. It can't be
Yeah.
level with or above the roadway.
I think
So
we're
there are
still
some issues.
under though, because
Yeah.
we almost.
Yours actually isn't too bad. If you look at the pictures, it goes more towards across the street from you.
I was gonna say, I don't see a
But
picture
see,
of my
like-
driveway.
But like April Christensen, she filled in all the borrow pits on the other side and planted grass and put sprinklers in. I'm gonna have to get the county involved and maybe see what they recommend.
Yeah.
But I still am, we're curious if you could find that lawsuit or talk to their civil
Yeah,
lawyer.
no, that's been a long time, that's been true for a long time. Like we talked last month, you can't split a road in half, right? So you can take it all or you don't take it, you know, so yeah, I agree, that's going to be your road. But like we talked last month, the county can't force you to spend money you don't have.
Right.
So you do the maintenance that you can afford to do, or you get LTAC grant, or you get county to do a, shared maintenance agreement or something, so.
So,
They can't force you to spend money you don't have, right? That's your own jurisdiction.
so I do have a question and I've been wondering it a lot. So how does that not affect the state highways?
Well, so all your state highways have shared maintenance agreements with whatever jurisdiction they're dealing with. So like even in Blackfoot, the Highway 91, how it goes in, they have the business loop for I-15. Well, they have the agreement of who's doing what, because that's a state-controlled roadway, but it runs through the city. And so, they put those agreements together. So if the county's wanting stuff done that you can't afford, you say, great, help us. You can do a shared maintenance agreement there where LTAC can, provide the grant money.
Okay.
So like I say, you do what's in your budget and do what you can, and you make them come help with the rest of it.
Okay.
Rather than you say, okay, county, we're gonna do a gravel road.
I have been taking some
Yeah,
photographs.
we mentioned that.
Dusty doesn't want to help at all, really.
Well,
He basically wants me to go out and source my materials and.
And you say, Dusty, we don't have the money,
Yep.
so we're gonna do this year, we're gonna do this next, and if you want more done, get your equipment out here and help.
But I have noticed, and I've been watching, they fix the potholes. And they're also the ones that are plowing. So I don't know, they want me to
So
take
we
care
don't
of the road,
wanna,
but they're doing all
stop
the.
them doing that too, so we don't have.
I don't wanna complain.
Well, just, what the problem is, and this will be true forever, and it's been true for a long time, the county forgets that you guys all pay county taxes too. And so none of your county taxes that you're paying is coming back to help the city of Basalt. Right, they forget that. Because, you look at your tax bill, you're paying just as much in county taxes as you are anybody else. And the county commissioners, and they all forget that. So if push comes to shove, no county, you come help. We have this much budgeted, that's all we can do.
Okay.
So I have a question, how far off the road does the borrow pit have to be? Because would that put those gas
I'll have
lines
to
in the
look
way?
at that road, but yeah, all of that they dug up, that's all right away. So I'm not for sure how wide those roads are. The roads here, it's 30 feet from the center. So the Goshen Road, I'm not for sure if that's a 60-foot roadway or not. But there's a good chance it's at least 60, so if you walked out to the center and measured 30 feet over,
So whose decision is it ultimately to decide to help or not?
On the county, so that's a borrow pit. I mean, well, it starts with Dusty.
What's a borrow pit?
Push comes to shove, it could be a county commissioner.
it's a relief
So
on the
you
side.
get Drew Jensen in here and
It's
say, hey, here's the
the
problem.
ditch on the side of the road.
This is our budget, this is what we can do.
Yeah.
So they can't bully you into it.
Because, setting city property.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
have
well,
Personal property.
One
That
isn't
should be right.
necessarily
That's
bullying,
within the
and
right
I think
of
it
way.
should help.
Should be enough road.
So,
You can
like,
road.
technically, like where all your driveway is, if within the city, all of that attaches to 30 feet from the center of the road over and towards your property, if that doesn't have a drainage.
Yeah.
I know, Ellen, I'm sorry. It's-
We're taking it out.
You're doing fine, and you've done more taking care of that property over there than a lot of people, so I'm not, it is, there's other problems that's gonna make that, that's gonna raise that issue.
Yes.
So,
We're putting a drainage in. On the other side, we put it into the yard, so.
and that's fine, I mean, and you're easy going about it, and I appreciate that.
You have to take a pee.
I gotta take the blacktop out.
Because it technically, there's a whole bunch of problems.
I can have the driveway, but I can't fill the borrow pit.
Because when it runs off from Dwayne's, it runs over and puddles on top of the manhole, which drains all of this melted snow down into our sewer.
So you're filling the ponds for us.
Yeah.
I've been moving. it.
So he's actually been doing a good job. It's okay.
Pushing the water in my yard.
So yeah, when you start going around town, you start seeing, everybody's built up their drainage ways, borrow pits, and built them up in landscape, which is fine, they're taking care of them, but that creates a problem. There's no drainage for water, so it's the same problem we have on Goshen Road, we have the same problem within the city, so those are some things that will. And I down here at Trent's, right at the end of this, I was out there earlier, and even though it was a little froze and the top was muddy, I did move some of the dirt and it did help. So once the soil gets a little easier to push around, I can get rid of some of that. Some of those areas I may just have to put some
Maybe we could
asphalt
hire
in.
first grader to come up and bevel cut an edge.
And we will have to be careful a little bit, because some of those, I think there's some phone lines that are pulling under there about like.
Well, if you go down about that far, under 10 inches, you should be good. Phone line should be 2 foot. Gas should be 5.
Should.
With the high pressure line, it should be 5 feet.
That is mostly correct, except for at your house.
I'm like, I know
Low
mine
Except for at
is.
your house.
Low pressure, you're 18 to 20 inches.
It's only 48 inches at her house, because they rock it. They went around a ledge, a big boulder underground. Yeah, it's funny, because even our engineering drawings show it.
Yeah, we didn't do that. We moved
Now
into
that
that.
is the gas company.
That's our whole house,
Yeah.
our walls, everything.
Yeah, so those are some upcoming things, maintenance wise.
So I think we probably ought to write a letter to the people along the road out there, explain what we're doing.
Yeah, so.
Because they may come back like maybe Tom and want to
Yeah.
fill that back up.
How does that affect the people on the other side of the road?
Yeah, them too. So April and Kevin, I will have to go and visit with,
So.
yeah, we
That'll
will
be,
have to talk to April and
yeah.
say, we gotta have
It looks
drainage.
pretty.
It looks nice, but you have to take some of it out for drainage.
Okay.
But tractor's up and running.
Ready for snow.
It's ready for snow. I did, when I was over there in that ice over at Trent's, I did break a pin that I discovered yesterday. The only way to get to it. So yesterday I completely tore the plow apart and replaced it.
Hey, you're getting good at it.
I'm getting good.
Every other week.
So I do have, I've had some, Alan's been doing some work on heaters. Right now, our well house doesn't have a running heater. I've got a couple electric heaters and a buddy heater going over there, but we're keeping it above freezing. And Alan's,
We got, our parts came in today, so. That's an ongoing.
that's a problem that I didn't know was happening. That should have happened a long time ago. Enough said.
But he found out the other heater is not working.
Yeah, I tried to turn the one on the other side of the building on to help heat the building, and it's not functioning now either, so.
See, but that's probably not run since the lightning strike.
Probably not, so it's probably got the same
Same issue.
issue, so.
And it could be as simple as your transformers burned. So
So yeah,
we'll look at it in the morning.
okay. So we're working on it. I'm spending money.
It's only money, you can't do.
You approved them, so thank you.
Okay.
Can I ask a random question that's not on here? So, and I don't know where to find the answers, that's why I'm bringing it to you guys. So I have somebody in the town, who's, when they're watering the ditch, they're not getting any water because somebody's blocked it off up ahead, like further down from them. Who do they talk to?
So everybody, like, what do you mean, like in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
So you have to talk to all the people that live along that ditch to figure out what's going on. So that brings up a point. Ron Barrows is over at my house the other day, and he says when down the line somebody blocks the ditch from his house, the water level comes out of the ditch and goes right into the sewer there. That needs to be fixed this year.
Just send it to her.
It goes right, he says it's a substantial amount of water that goes down into the sewer.
Right there in front of his house.
Well, what happens is somebody's gonna pull the head gate. So it starts backing up in my yard, so I go up and pull the head gate and just put it down the other way, cause somebody is stopping it right there, and I'm like, you're not flooding me out.
Guy has had that problem all summer long. He was fighting that. What's somebody doing is they're turning the head gate down here at the canal all the way on to get the water there as fast as possible. But once that ditch is full, wherever they're at, can't handle the load that is pumping to them.
So they need to go shut
So
that down.
Guy's been watching it all summer and trying to go down there and regulate it for whoever it is.
The ditch is in horrible shape.
Yeah.
It needs cleaned, and unfortunately, everybody that gets water, everybody where the ditch goes through their yard is responsible for the maintenance of the ditch. Everybody.
Yeah, it's something, they used to get water, and then all of a sudden, somebody's done something up the line.
Maybe we can make a community project out of that.
But I don't know on this side of town. I know on that side of town, we had somebody that was in charge of it, and they used to have a yearly meeting and got everybody on the ditch lined out when they could have the water and everything. Hasn't happened for a while because it was Luann Yelm, and she no longer has water.
Probably ought to talk to Mike Johnson down here too and figure out that problem, because all along his whole entire property, half the road is flooded.
Yeah.
So we probably better figure that one out too. Okay, we'll move on.
It's not me, I get plenty of water.
Money report.
I'm the last one.
So
So I
I made
rarely get
this
it.
chart just to update you where we are with funds, where we're sitting kind of at the end of the quarter. The yellow is the current, the purple was the end of the fiscal year last year. Those are all the usable funds. And then I've asked this question before, but I haven't ever really gotten an answer, so I'm going to ask it again. How much money do you feel like needs to be sitting in our checking account savings? And at what point do we move it into like the treasurer investment?
Maybe it might be better to make a recommendation.
Well, Garrett said one time he sees people have 6 months to a year's worth of,
Of reserve,
yeah.
right, but your state treasurer investment is very simple to get back. So I would think if you kept 2 or 3 months worth in your checking account and savings account, just there, the rest of it should go to the state investment fund.
Okay.
Because, at least I've never done it, but my understanding is you can call it.
Yeah, well, you can just do it online.
Okay.
I went through last month and figured all that out. And I
You may as
did,
well be getting that interest income.
exactly, and I did call and find out how much money do you have to start one, because water doesn't really have anything that way. And he said, nothing to open it, and then you can just start adding. So I think, so I did put savings into the budget, and I think I want to start putting that in the investment pool.
And so there's no fees or anything for taking that out of the state treasurer investment? I do exactly what Garrett said. 'Cause I bet savings can't have increased a lot in paying out.
So to move that,
Side rails.
I know you said keep it in the meetings, just so that we're all on the same page.
Yep, so I would,
They shouldn't be able to even keep widening.
Okay.
because when you're moving that kind of money, you're gonna want everybody to know that.
So do we need to have them like sign anything
No, I would just,
or?
I would just
Maybe
provide a report
simplify
like
it.
this every month, you know, I mean, that's a great little chart.
It is, it's very nice.
You might even do, maybe a couple more columns that show first quarter, second quarter, third, so you can kind of just track.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna start doing that, yeah.
That's, like I say, it's a great, that's a great monthly thing to show.
Well, we were talking like, in some of those, like, I mean, even if you.
Cause like
paid
really,
$1,000
in like your savings account, even on like sewer, there's 155,000 there.
Yeah, that
And you
seems like,
maybe make like $100 a year
You're
on
probably
that.
getting what, a
I would-
8%
And right now, on the treasure investment for 134, monthly, we're getting like 500 to 600 on those two accounts each. So, yeah.
I think you should move it over.
Okay,
That's a lot of money just be sitting in savings.
all right, we're all in agreement then. That's it. Unless you have any questions. Did you see water funds are growing? We're starting to build up a little. I mean, we will
Yeah,
have some
I did
repairs
notice that.
coming out this summer, so it will probably get used, but.
Well, we're sitting better than we were before.
Yeah.
There's the canyon.
It's in
Every one of your funds is.
So they're gonna be expensive.
Every one of them's a little better.
Yeah,
Yeah, to move it in this, and to create one for water would just only help us, so that's a good idea.
okay.
Okay. Any other comments? Anybody have anything to add? Okay. I guess we're done. Yes.
Point that I started to talk before. So the rest of it here. There is some neat stuff out there, so you don't actually plow on the road. There are broom attachments that can go on in the front or the back of the tractor, and clean. When I worked construction, we used to use that to clean the highways, then you use mud and everything, would just take it off. And so it wouldn't damage the pavement. However, I know we'd have to get a grant somewhere to buy one of those power brooms or something, either one in front of the tractor the city has, or how we want to do on the back to hook up on the 3-point, and then track it up to go backwards, to let the snow off, but there's no damaging the pavement.
Well, that kind of system only works in snow like this. It's not gonna work in.
Right, but things like right now, it's something, honestly, go around, clear it off, morning, clear it off, afternoon, something that's, so it's not building up, and you can keep the streets here somewhat more passable until we get that massive.
Pass right through, I don't know what you're talking about.
And the downside for the birds is we use,
Broken windows.
yeah, we've used the bird drill before in the spring to clear off rock chips and stuff. You do have to be very careful because it does throw rocks. And once up down the road, once each direction down the road is a new set of brushes.
Yeah, it's really.
It's
slow.
pretty expensive for those brushes. I mean, they're more expensive than our blades. So the cost involved with them, it may not hurt our roads as much, but it will hurt our.
People that use those, they have like paver driveways or concrete driveways that they don't want to mess up with a blade. So they use a sweeper for the snow, but I think for the miles that you run, I don't, you'll probably want
Yeah,
to.
you've got about 5 miles worth of road here. And so if so that's 10 if you go one pass each direction. And that's what Firth charges was a set of brushes, because that's about what it would take to clean our roads.
Because the stuff we have in a construction company, I mean, we're using it 3 or 4 times a day for, like a couple miles of the highway, and we replaced it once a month. So we had, I guess we had got better quality brushes than what Firth was using.
Maybe.
But, and the thing is, what's neat about it too, it's because it's hydraulic control, you don't have to have it running, almost use an old steam engine term that people have to take offense with. But if you can slow it down to just so you're just pushing it off and just moving it a little bit, about throwing it 30 feet. You make just push it over just like a plow, just make a
But the
furrow on
brushes, the
that.
brushes work different
Yeah.
on dirt versus snow.
Yeah,
So it probably won't happen anytime soon. But I've thought about getting one for my skid steer for my personal use, and I almost did.
yeah.
But I don't know if it's feasible for a city to do that. Okay, anything else?
We're good.
Yep.
Oh wait, did
Motion
you
to
have
adjourn.
anything? Or you're just here to?
I'm just here to, Huss did get put in the letter of interest for DEQ, just like he does every year, which will score low on it, so we don't have problems. But
Yeah.
but it was put in. Other than that, I'm just here to be here.
Okay.
Thought it was a great day to drive it.
He's talking about for the sewers.
Driving in the snow?
Yeah.
It's a good day for drive. Okay.
Okay, I make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
All in favor? Okay, thanks. See you next month.